She hopes her life feels lighter, clearer, and more self-directed. On the surface, she may say she wants more confidence, better boundaries, or clear advancement strategy, but at the core, she wants to stop feeling like every success requires another layer of sacrifice. She wants to wake up without immediately feeling behind. She wants her calendar to reflect more priorities, her priorities, instead of everyone else's demands or emergencies. She wants to feel calm before important conversations instead of rehearsing every possible response. And she wants to know that she can be ambitious without losing herself in the process. What she's really thinking and dreaming of is this. She's thinking to herself, I want to be successful, respected, and influential, but I do not want my success to keep costing me my peace. She wants to stop carrying the invisible burden of being the one who always has to figure it out. She is tired of being the steady one, the prepared one, the emotionally intelligent one, the problem solver, the fixer, the translator, the buffer, and the person who makes difficult situations workable for everyone else. Professionally, she is carrying responsibility without enough authority. Strategically, she is making career or business decisions without the level of sponsorship, guidance, or power intelligence that many men receive informally. Emotionally, she is carrying the frustration of knowing she is highly capable, yet still having to prove, explain, justify, and defend her value. At the core, she wants to stop thinking, why am I carrying so much? And why does everyone act like this is normal? She wants recognition that is not based on endless output. She wants respect that does not require over-explaining. She wants support that is not offered only after she is exhausted. She wants to be seen as a strategic leader, not just a dependable producer. She wants her ideas taken seriously the first time she says them. She wants her ambition interpreted as leadership potential, not as arrogance or difficulty or a threat. Most of all, she wants to stop having to campaign for the kind of backing that others seem to receive naturally. At the core, she wants to feel that she's not just useful here. She thinks to herself, I'm not just useful. I'm valued, I'm respected, protected, and positioned for what comes next. In her calendar, it would look like fewer reactive commitments and more strategic use of her time. She would no longer automatically say yes because she is capable of doing something. Her time would reflect her leadership, her influence, recovery, and meaningful priorities, not constant overextension. In her conversations, it would look like speaking with clarity and authority without softening every point, over contextualizing every decision, or proving she thought of every possible angle. She would communicate with executive presence, not defensive precision. In her body, it would look less like tension. It would look like better sleep, more energy, and fewer signs that her nervous system is always on alert. She would not need a crisis or an illness to justify rest. In her relationships, it would look like being more present, less resentful, and less emotionally depleted. She would stop giving the best of herself to work and the leftovers to her personal life. At the core, what she really wants, what she's really thinking is, I want my success to feel powerful, not punishing. She wants to feel certain that she belongs in those rooms and that she knows how to operate within them. She wants to understand the unspoken rules. She wants to read the dynamics clearly. She wants to know when to speak, how to position her ideas, how to advocate for herself, how to ask for what she wants, and how to stop shrinking in environments where authority is often coded as male. She does not simply want confidence, she wants strategic certainty. She wants to stop wondering, am I saying this the right way? Or will I be seen as too much? Or am I being overlooked again? Or should I push harder or stay quiet? Or who is actually backing me? At the core, she wants to walk into powerful rooms thinking, I know who I am, I know what I bring, and I know how to position myself here. She may be dreaming of a promotion, a larger role, more income, stronger visibility, greater authority, or a seat at a more powerful table. But the deeper dream is often more layered. She wants to be chosen without having to make herself smaller. She wants to be trusted with authority. She wants to be known for high-level leadership, not just high-volume execution. She wants sponsors, not just supporters. She wants options. She wants freedom. She wants to be able to say no without fearing professional consequences. She may also want something she feels almost guilty admitting. She wants her life back. At the core, she's probably thinking, I want to rise, but I want to rise in a way that gives me more power over my life, not less. Everything would change because she would no longer confuse being needed with being powerful. Many high-achieving women are praised for being reliable, thorough, available, and indispensable. But being indispensable can become a trap. It can keep her overworked, under-leveraged, and too busy delivering excellence to be strategically advanced. If she became truly positioned, protected, and advanced, she would shift from being the person everyone depends on to being the person decision makers invest in. She would stop being rewarded only with more work. She would start being considered for bigger opportunities, more authority, better compensation, stronger networks, and more meaningful influence. At the core, she wants to move from thinking or understanding that they count on me to they invest in me. This is a profound transformation. She is tired of paying with her energy, her health, her peace, and her sense of self. She is tired of being exhausted but still performing. She is tired of being praised publicly while feeling unsupported privately. She is tired of being the competent one who absorbs complexity without complaint. She is tired of wondering why her excellence has not translated into more protection, recognition, or advancement. There may also be grief underneath the exhaustion. Grief over how much she has had to carry, how much she has normalized, and how long she has waited for things to change. At the core, she's tired of asking herself, how much more of me is this going to cost? And my program speaks directly to that cost. She wants people to understand that her success has not protected her from pressure. In many ways, it has increased it. She wants others to understand that being capable does not mean she should be endlessly available. Being strong does not mean she does not need support. Being accomplished does not mean she has been equally sponsored or protected or advanced. She wants people to see that she has often had to perform at a higher standard while navigating bias, scrutiny, politics, isolation, and unspoken expectations. She wants them to understand that she is not asking for special treatment. She is asking for the same level of backing, opportunity, and strategic support that others often receive easily and automatically. At the core, she wants people to understand what she has been thinking all along. Specifically, I am not struggling because I am not capable. I am exhausted because I have had to be capable in systems that were not built to support me fully. She would give herself permission to stop proving and start positioning. She would ask for the role, the raise, the opportunity, the support, the sponsorship, the strategic introductions, and the resources that she needs. She would decline the work that is not aligned with her level, her values, her priorities. She would pursue visibility without apologizing for her ambition. She would expect to be treated as a serious leader, not merely a helpful contributor. She would stop making herself endlessly available to maintain approval. She would stop mistaking exhaustion for commitment. She would stop accepting vague praise in place of concrete advancement. At the core, she would finally give herself permission to believe, I do not have to earn my place by over-functioning. I can lead, choose, ask, expect, and advance from a position of clarity and power. The deeper emotional promise of my program is not simply become more confident or achieve more success. It is this: I help high achieving women to stop paying such a high personal price for professional success, and I teach them how to become strategically positioned, visibly valued, deeply respected, and sustainably powerful.